My name is Dave Croker. I work with the Northern California Seismic Network at USGS, and one of our recent projects that we have going on is the NetQuakes project. It involves communities getting involved in science, helping us out. And what we do is we ask the public to post a seismograph at their house. This is an example of the box right here. We'll bolt this to your concrete slab, either in your garage or wherever you have space. And after which you get to actually maintain the instrument for us. We use your internet service. We use your power. Use very little power. Use very little of your bandwidth. And all we do is record triggers on earthquakes. So if there's an earthquake around, the unit will trigger on the earthquake, and as soon as it feels the earthquake, it starts sending back data over your broadband internet connection. And that's about it. It's a really simple process. Right now, it's not officially open to the public yet. It's still in its infant growing stage. Right now, we only have colleagues with these instruments in place, but in the next year, we hope to open it up to the public to share. You can go to a website, public website, and see if you qualify, if your location in your house qualifies. And at that point, if it does, you can sign up, and then we select the locations, and we get in touch with you, and that's about it. What we hope to gain is a better understanding of how the ground moves in the urban areas during a large earthquake. And what it really goes back to is earthquake engineering practices. The data will be used by earthquake engineers to design structures, bridges, pipelines, highways better so they can survive strong ground shaking in the future. Because it's not really the earthquake that kills people, it's the structures and whatnot that kill people. So if we can learn to design structures better for the different parts of the Bay Area, because the Bay Area responds differently to these earthquakes. Different soil types, reflections off of subsurface structures, faults in the Bay Area. If you remember, during Loma Prieta, the epicenter was way down near Santa Cruz, and yet there was a tremendous amount of damage up in the Marina District and in Oakland. That was the ground waves reflecting off of subsurface layers and coming up into the bay muds that amplify the ground motion in those districts, amplify the ground shaking, and that's why the buildings all fell over and etc. And this is really to get a better understanding of how the ground moves in the Bay Area under strong ground shaking. Okay. Sure, I'd be happy to do that. So the box, the plate gets bolted permanently to your slab, and then the box sits on top of that and bolts in. And inside there's a battery for backup power, so if your power goes off that we're plugged into, we have about 36 hours of backup power, so we can keep recording earthquakes. Inside, I'll go ahead and lift this off for you. There is the strong ground motion accelerometer is in this package. It's very similar to the same accelerometer that might be in your laptop computer or that is in your car that sets off your airbag. And then there's the networking interface here. There's a compact flash card for backup memory, so we don't lose any of the earthquakes. This is the antenna for the wireless Ethernet connection to your home wireless internet connection.
I see a couple of ports on the front down here. What are those?
Ports are for, we happen to get a unit that's not labeled. One's for power. That one's always hooked up. One's for wired Ethernet, if we do wired Ethernet instead of wireless. There's one for a GPS antenna, which we usually don't use, but we have the ability to do that. And the other one is for, I can't remember now. USGS will send out a crew of probably one, and it'll take only about an hour to actually do the installation, and about an hour to talk to you and tell you all about the instrument.
Yeah.
And we have a form to sign, so that it's kind of a agreement between the two parties that we can put this at your house and that you'll help us maintain it. And the idea behind the name NetQuakes is it's kind of a play on words of the Netflix thing. So the idea is that if your unit stops working, and we can tell that, the unit actually checks in once an hour, sends a little state of health message. If it stops working, what we'll do is we'll send you a new box in the mail, FedEx, and you'll get it, and you'll unbolt this one from the plate for us, and you'll put the new one in and bolt it in and hook it up, and put the not working unit in the FedEx box and send it back to us. Nothing.
There you go.
It costs the person nothing. They just have to agree to help us out.